Hello everyone, it's Emma and welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year! I'm really excited for this video and get you inspired to have a more zero waste 2022. So today we're going to be going over 40 ways that you can live zero waste in 2022, but these are more geared toward being eco New Year's resolutions. If you're looking for more free ways to live zero waste, I have a full series now with, I want to say 175 different ways to live zero waste completely for free, zero waste on a budget. I'll leave the full playlist linked up here, but these are more like zero waste goals. If you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe. I talk about all sorts of things zero waste, focusing on free, easy, and fun ways to live low waste and practical ways to be an activist. These are in no particular order and you don't have to do every single one of these. Maybe just pick 1, 2, 3, maybe a few more and stick to those this year. So the first is to take shorter showers. You can start by cutting off 30 seconds. You can start by cutting off a minute. A way that you can start doing this is time yourself taking a normal shower and then go from there and cut it down. If you don't want to do that, instead you can just turn off the water like while you're shampooing or while you're washing your body because you're probably not even using the water anyway, and just try to save some water this year. You could also start a garden or start composting, whichever is easiest for you. For me, it's definitely composting. Living in Las Vegas in the desert, it's really hard to garden, but composting is pretty easy to do no matter where you are. It's even pretty simple to do apartment composting as well. And if your city has free composting, which I believe all of California is starting in 2022, take advantage of free citywide recycling. It makes it less of a hassle for you. You don't have to buy any equipment and it should be free. And then along that same vein is to learn about proper recycling for your area. And if you haven't yet, just go ahead and start recycling this year. But of course, make sure you're recycling correctly. I have a full recycling playlist as well. I will leave linked above and below. But ultimately, every area in the world is a bit different. So if you have questions about your recycling rule, just call your local recycling facility. Something that I am doing this year is I'm going to be walking more instead of driving so much. Granted, this is kind of hard in the United States where the cities are really just so sprawled out. It's hard to walk, but my grocery store is really close to me. So one of my New Year's resolutions is to walk to the grocery store every single time, except for inclement weather or if I'm buying too many things that I can't carry. So you can do the same. You can set up a goal to walk to the grocery store every week. You could try walking to school or walking to work if it's close enough for you. But alternatively, if biking is easier or taking public transportation or even carpooling, there are so many options instead of just driving your own personal car everywhere that will reduce emissions a lot. If you're still on the plastic water bottle train, try giving up plastic water bottles this year. It's really simple and it can save you a lot of money in the long run as well by buying a filter, buying a metal water bottle, and that's the only purchase you have to make for several years if you take care of them properly, and you can save so much plastic as well. And similar to that one is to cut out plastic grocery bags if you can. You don't even have to use reusable grocery bags. Now, hear me out. Something that I did during the pandemic, I mean, it's still going on. Early pandemic when they weren't letting us use reusable grocery bags, I would just put the items back into my cart and then from the cart into my car. You can just reuse boxes like this. You can use grocery baskets, other baskets you have lying around to carry the groceries into your house. But also if you do have reusable bags, try to actually use them this year and reduce your amount of grocery bags that you use. If you're not vegan or vegetarian already, try cutting out some meat this year. You could try doing meatless Mondays every Monday of the year. You could try doing one vegan meal a day every day for the year. But cutting down your meat intake does have a really big impact on the planet, a positive one, and also the same goes for dairy and eggs too. If you're looking for something more along the lines of activism, you can try writing to your elected officials every day. Maybe not every day. I did every day for a month last July and it was crazy. So maybe do 1 letter a week or 2 letters a week, or you can call once a week, whatever it may be if you prefer calling or emailing. I do have 2 videos now talking about writing letters to your elected officials and other government agencies and other like corporations and businesses. I will leave them linked above and below. But this actually allows your voice to be heard in like actual words instead of voting with your dollar type of thing. I think this is something I need to pick up. I have been kind of lazy about this for a while, so maybe I'll set that goal for myself this new year as well, is to write 1 letter a week to my elected officials. Back to food, you can try making more of your food at home this year. Some things that I have learned to love making at home are tortillas, vegetable broth, peanut butter, and it's really easy also to make things like butter and mayonnaise. So many things to make from scratch if you have the time and the resources, of course. I find that it tastes better, it's cheaper, and it uses a lot less waste. And honestly, it's just really fun to learn a new skill like this. Something that I have found very valuable as like living as an adult, I did this before I was even really that zero waste, is meal planning. Not meal prepping, I'm not really into that, but more like these are the 5 or 6 meals we're gonna eat this week. This is the exact ingredients I need for those things. This way I don't impulse buy, I don't buy too much, and that prevents a lot of our stuff going to the landfill. Well, compost, but like we rarely compost anything that like goes bad in the fridge because we buy exactly what we need, and I find this very, very valuable. Something I think that is really simple is to just pick up trash when you see it, or you can set a number goal too. If you want to try to pick up 5 pieces of trash a day, 10 pieces of trash a day, I pretty much just vow pick up trash when I see it, and I have, you know, the capacity to carry it, because sometimes I pick up too much and I run out of space in my hands and my pockets. I just do my best, and I've just declared myself the neighborhood cleaner Me solely is keeping our neighborhood clean. But it's really keeping this stuff out of the sewer systems. It's keeping this stuff out of local rivers. It's a really, really great thing to do and super simple. If you have access to bulk stores, just try shopping in bulk. It's that simple. And I know it can be a little intimidating, so I encourage you to try that this year if you have access to it. It has helped me save so much plastic waste. We did not have a bulk store when we lived in Okinawa, but now we do. I buy a lot from the bulk bins: quinoa, rice, peanuts, bunch of seeds, flour, sugar, and it saved a lot of waste. If you have the ability to do this, definitely do it. And I find that a lot of the stuff is also cheaper, or at least the same price. Something that is quite a challenge, I think, is to try to buy everything secondhand this year, or at least like 90% of your things. Obviously, it's better to buy things like socks, underwear, pillows firsthand, but I challenge you, if you need something, look secondhand first. At least look first. This can be Goodwill, OfferUp. OfferUp is my current favorite. Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Depop, ThreadUp. There are so many online resources for thrifting. You don't even have to do it in person. It's fantastic. So I encourage you to do that this year. If you're a crafty person, try doing a different upcycle project every month. This can be anything from, just upcycling a box to ship a present to somebody, upcycling something like t-shirts into like this rug I'm sitting on, or into makeup remover pads. You can, like, a lot of the art that I have in my house is just wood that I found like in the trash, and I paint on it and make it home decor. There are so many things, but try to take something that you would be putting in the landfill and try to turn it into something useful. This next one isn't necessarily like a yearly goal, but maybe you could do it in January or February, and that is to do a trash audit. I have a video as well. I think the last one I did was 2020, my last trash audit. I'll leave it linked below if you want to learn more. But in short, a trash audit is just collecting all of your non-decomposable trash for an entire month. You could do a week or two though. So like, don't keep your food scraps, don't keep like dirty diapers, but keep things like your recyclables and your non-smelly trash, like plastic wrapping, cotton swabs, things like that. The point though, at the end of the week or the month, you look at all of the things that you would be throwing away and you think, okay, what can I cut out? What can I swap, like from plastic to metal? What can I omit completely, and things like that. And it just helps you really look at the amount of waste that you're creating and finding small ways to make that number less. If you live in an appropriate climate and you have the means to do so, try air drying your clothes this year. I did this sometimes in Okinawa, but Okinawa was so humid, it was difficult to get the clothes actually dry, and the clothesline I had there was not great. So we built a beautiful clothesline here, and Vegas is so conducive for air drying clothes because it's so dry. Even in the winter, I can dry clothes outside. And in the summer, it takes like an hour to dry clothes in this heat. So if that's something that you can do, try doing that this year. If you're really, really new to zero waste, try making one different eco swap per month this year. The first month could be a reusable water bottle. The second month could be reusable makeup remover wipes. The third month could be a bidet or recycled toilet paper. There are so many swaps. So choose the 12 that you think will be easiest for you, that might be the best for your budget, and stick to those 12 this year. The next two are a few different like well-known challenges. The first one is Veganuary. Try going vegan for the entire month of January. This might end up showing you that this could be a long-term thing for you, or it could show you that you like new foods. It'll show you different ways to cook. And then the next one is no buy January. Don't buy anything all month. Of course, there are some stipulations like pay your bills and everything, buy groceries, but the point is to not buy anything new, like no clothes, no electronics, no games, nothing. And this just kind of proves to you that like you kind of already have everything you need in your house, and it makes you a little bit more creative, and it'll set up hopefully good habits for the rest of the year. Next is to try to not throw anything away. Of course, that's not possible. We all have to throw something away. Even the most of the zero waste have to throw like the stickers on their bananas away. But first, stop. When you're putting something in your trash can, stop and think, can this be recycled? Can this be reused? Can it be sold? Can it be upcycled? Can it be donated? Can it be composted? And obviously, if you answer no to all those questions, put it in the trash can, but think before you throw away. I know these are all over the place, and the next one is vote this year, but not just in the major elections, because 2022 is not a major presidential election year for those in the United States, but vote in your local elections as well. And try to make it a goal to vote in every single election that is available to you. And also a bonus is to try to go sit on like your town halls, your city council meetings, and really get your voice heard about environmental issues in your area. The next one is to ditch Google this year and use Ecosia instead. This is not sponsored, just a service I love. They have a free web browser extension so you can download it on your desktop or your laptop, and they have a free app as well so you can use it on your phone. But what's so amazing about this service is they actually plant, I think it's 1 tree for every 10 searches. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I got the number wrong last time too. I need to actually remember. But regardless, they actually plant trees per search bushes. So you're getting the same results as you would on Google, but trees are being planted and it's free. This one I have been working on like all of November and December, and that is unsubscribe from junk mail, not just physical, but also your emails as well, for a few reasons. Junk mail and your emails might entice you to buy something you don't need. And also it's taking up space. Even if you delete it, it takes energy. It might be minuscule to send that email to your phone and then to delete it. And then it doesn't get permanently deleted from your trash box for like 30 days or so. So it's just sitting there taking up space, using energy to store all those gigs of data. So first off, clear out your inbox too for a bonus tip, but unsubscribe from junk mail, because if you're not reading it, don't bother everyone wasting all of that time and energy and resources to send it to you. And then the same goes for physical junk mail as well. The next tip is to just get out into nature more often. Maybe make it a commitment to go on a stroll or a hike once a week out in a park or nature somewhere. Now, why is this eco-friendly? I don't know about you, but for me, the more I get out in nature, the more I appreciate this planet and the more that I want to do to save this one planet that we have. It's also just great to get out of the hustle and bustle of, you know, Western life and just get out and relax and clear your headspace and maybe get in the right mindset to do more eco actions. If you want to do something more along the lines of learning and eco action instead of like swaps and stuff, you could learn about a different environmental issue every week. You could learn things like what is environmental racism, what is greenwashing, which by the way, I just released a free guide to greenwashing and how to spot it for yourself. I will leave it linked down below. Why is plastic so harmful, or environmental issues in your area like the California wildfires, the oil spill that just happened in Hawaii, the droughts that we're having in Las Vegas, and so forth. Educate yourself on this stuff in order to take better action. This one's kind of funny. Try going a whole year without buying a brand new jar. This is really random, but it's true. You're probably already buying stuff like jam and peanut butter and pickles and olives, things that already come in jars. So just take the time to rinse them out, reuse them, and you can even take the labels off if you want. It's not that difficult with the right tools and the right methods, but this way you don't have to buy a brand new jar ever again. So you're saving money and you're saving a lot of waste, because it is better to reuse than recycle. Something I've been really into recently is trying to find new ways to avoid food waste. So that's something I encourage you to do this year as well. For example, you can chop up your spinach stems and put them in a stir fry. I actually blended them with like a soup or a curry, I think, this week, so I didn't even taste it at all. If I have something like peppers or sweet potato or something that's about to go bad, I of course cut off the bad parts and then I cook it and give it to my dog for little treats. You could turn veggie scraps into veggie broth. You can turn brown bananas into banana bread, and so forth. Something I want to be better at, so I'm gonna make this a New Year's resolution for me as well, is to commit to putting your phone on low power mode every morning. What does this do? This ensures that like if you keep your screen on, it'll actually like power off on its own instead of getting stuck on for hours. I've had that happen and then my phone died. So this helps your battery life last throughout the day, which ultimately ensures that your battery life lasts longer throughout your phone's lifetime. This year, try to repair instead of throw away. Of course, everything gets to a point where it's beyond repair, but if you have a small hole in your sock, fix it. If your dog chews up his toy really bad, but here, let me show you. My dog got this toy from a friend. He had it torn to bits within a day. So we've been like sewing the legs back on, sewing the holes closed. It's very decrepit now. It's lasting a longer time, and our dog is getting a lot more joy out of it instead of us having to buy toy after toy after toy after toy and all of them having to end up in the landfill really, really quickly. We're giving it more life. So try repairing this year. If you're pretty far along your zero waste journey, try a new zero waste swap this year that previously you thought was weird. Here are a few examples. Hankies or reusable tissues. People think those are really weird. The last swab, really all of the last objects, they have the last tissue, the last swab. Bidets, people might also think composting is a little bit weird, but I feel like definitely bidets. Bidets are definitely up there for Americans and other Westerners for being such a weird swap. I first used them when I went to Japan. I will never go back. Just give these swaps a chance. If you end up not liking it, you can probably sell it for, you know, half price or something, get your money back. I would buy, you know, secondhand zero waste swaps. But just give them a try this year because they can help you reduce a lot more waste. Something I encourage everyone to do all the time is to just turn off your lights during the day. Just try to make that a habit this year. When the sun is up, you can just use the natural lights, open your blinds. It's really that simple. A tip that I think is very, very valuable for all sorts of reasons is to learn to avoid impulse buying. This of course saves waste, but also saves you money. The tip that I use is I will go into my notes section in my phone. I will write like, I want these shoes or whatever. And if I think about them again, like every single day for a month, I probably actually want them and will wear them. But if I write them down and I never think about them again, I probably don't want them, and it would have just been an impulse buy. The next tip is to try renting or borrowing this year instead of buying everything brand new. Say you need like a power drill or you need a leaf blower. Instead of driving to Lowe's or whatever, just go knock on your neighbor's door and say, hey, I need a leaf blower just for 5 minutes. Do you think I can borrow yours? But also like take advantage of your libraries. And a lot of big cities, I'm sure Vegas has one somewhere, has like tool libraries, like where you can rent a saw, or you can rent a jackhammer or whatever tool, or you can rent a tractor, you can rent a truck like U-Haul and stuff like that. This year, try to commit to shopping more locally. I think this is something we've all learned over the last few months with the supply chain shortages and everything. The panoramic has really affected a lot of small businesses, so they really need our support now more than ever, but also it's just better for the economy, it's better for the environment. So try shopping more locally this year, but shop like your city, shop your state, shop like your region. Like for me, I'll shop the Southwest US, and even try to stick within your country, like where it was actually made. I'm sure that if I were to support a small brand in Australia or the UK, probably still more environmentally friendly than supporting Amazon. I don't know exactly, but I'm willing to put money on it. One of my favorite parts about being in the zero waste community is joining no buy groups on Facebook. So much fun. So for example, I actually just got rid of a bunch of boxes from Imperfect Foods on there. So if someone needs shipping boxes, you can find them on there for free. Or like if you're just decluttering and you want to get rid of a bunch of stuff quickly, get rid of it on there. You can also get stuff on there for free, and all this stuff gets to stay in circulation instead of ending up in the landfill. Speaking of donating though, I want to dive more into this in the future, but Goodwill is not a good company to support. So they have excess inventory and they send that excess inventory to overexploited nations and they end up with our junk. It's important to shop from Goodwill so they can clear out their inventory, but I really encourage you not to donate to Goodwill this year. Try to find smaller thrift stores to donate to, sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace, or like I said in the previous tip, join a no buy group to get rid of your stuff this year. And the last one I have for today, try not to buy anything for your zero waste journey. Of course, you know, we have to buy stuff like recycled toilet paper, or I can't think of anything else. But what I'm saying is if you're brand new to zero waste and you're like, I need my reusable utensils, I need reusable bags, I need a reusable coffee cup. Yes, you do, but you don't have to buy stuff. What I mean is you probably have an extra fork and spoon lying around. Just put that in your purse. If you're saving like a reused jar from peanut butter, that can be your reusable coffee cup. We already talked about how you don't really need reusable grocery bags to cut out bags at the grocery store. It does add up, it gets really expensive, so do it for free and do it with things that you already have. Again, I have a full series on free ways to live low waste. I will leave it linked down below. And if I missed any zero waste New Year's resolutions that you think are good ones, definitely leave them down below. I'd love to hear more and we can all talk about them together and work on setting our eco goals for the year. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it all the way to the end. I really appreciate your time, and thank you for supporting my content all the way through 2021. I hope you're excited for 2022. I have some exciting things planned for this month, but speaking of, if there's anything particular you guys want to see this year, let me know down below. I definitely want to make content for you guys. This channel really is for you. And also exciting news, 2 exciting things. I have, as of today, December 20th, I have applied to be a 1% for the Planet member. So fingers crossed, starting January 1st, you guys will actually know this since this video is coming out in January. I will be a 1% for the Planet member, meaning 1% of the ad revenue from my channel will actually go toward 1% for the planet. So by liking these videos, commenting, subscribing, and watching all the way through the ads really does help give more money back to the planet. And exciting thing number 2 is I have started a Patreon. I did a Q&A in around this time that I'm filming, and 2 people were like, oh my gosh, we'd love to support you on Patreon. And 2 people was more than I thought. I thought it was 0. Even if I just have 1 patron, I'm very excited to start that journey. If you want to support me, the link for Patreon will be down below. I still haven't worked out all the details of things that you will get for being a patron. So if you have ideas what you want from me on Patreon, let me know. But I'm definitely thinking like a monthly meeting where we'll do like a Zoom or a Discord chat with everyone. And then also Patreon exclusive giveaways and maybe like a behind the scenes video of my zero waste life every month. But that is all that I have. I really appreciate your time. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe. But that is all. Thank you for watching, and until next time, remember that your small actions have a big impact in the long run. Bye guys. I don't like that. That's fine. I'm gonna fix it. Why did I hit record? Nah, I don't know what to say. Okay, I don't know what to say. Hello everyone, it's Emma, and If you're looking something for more along, if you're looking something, all the bloopers are just gonna be me fixing my hair. Oh, okay, that was much better. Should have done that 5 minutes ago. When you're putting something in your trash bin, what's it called? Trash can. The next one is to, okay, it is recording. If you keep your screen on, so I encourage you to do that this year. How many times am I gonna say that? Just shut up. Yep, that's it. I'm so sick of this. I'm gonna explode. This video is gonna be half bloopers. I just don't know what to say. But that's all that I have. Thank you for watching, and until next time, remember that your small actions have a big impact in the long run. I think I need to do that again.